Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. What's up? I'm Strykar. I came up with a bunch of cool braided hairstyle ideas that I think are super unique and don't see a whole lot of people rocking them. So I hope you guys really like this video, and if you do, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And as always, for any looks or hairstyle videos that I decide to do on my channel, you can always make these hairstyles your own, add your own little twists. You are always welcome to take ideas from me. If you want to see some cool, unique hairstyles, then just keep on watching.
For this first hairstyle, I'm leaving a thin piece down in the front of my hair. Then I'm going to grab this section behind that piece of hair and I'm going to start to Dutch braid it. And the reason I say Dutch braid is basically because I'm braiding underneath, which gives the braid the fuller effect, almost like it's inside out. And then for a French braid or like a regular braid, you'd be braiding over top of the pieces, which create like the tucked in effect. So I'm also not braiding the whole way down. I'm stopping when I have about 1/3 of my hair left to hang out at the bottom. Next, I'll just pull out the hairs to make the braid look like I actually have more hair than I do, and this makes the braid look so much more full. Then I'll just throw a little rubber band on it temporarily while I braid the other side. Same thing on the other side. I'm grabbing a section behind the piece that I left down in front of my face, and I'm just going to Dutch braid this about 2/3 of the way down. I'm also repeating that same process of pulling out the braid to make it look fuller. This hairstyle is actually really cute if you just leave the pieces down like this, but I'm going to take out the rubber bands and I'm going to start to pin these pieces behind my ears. After I get the piece to the position that I want it in, I'm taking 2 bobby pins and I'm going to put them in a crisscross pattern. Same thing on this side. I'm taking out that rubber band and I'm just going to position this piece of hair behind my ear to wherever I want it, wherever it feels good. It's totally up to you wherever you decide to place it. So for hairstyle number 2, I'm going to start by taking the top portion of my hair right about where my eyebrows are, and I'm just going to pin this back so that I have easier access to this chunk of hair. Yeah, I did a French braid in this video, but you could do whatever braid you want. It doesn't really matter because you can't really tell in this. I'm going to leave a little bit of straight hair at the bottom, and I'm just going to tie off the braid here with a thin rubber band. Same thing on the other side. I'm just grabbing a small piece right where my eyebrows are, and I'm gonna braid this down about 2/3 of the way. After I tie the rest of that braid off with a rubber band, I'm going to pull the rest of my hair up into a high ponytail. Now you can always make this hairstyle as tight or as messy as you want it to be. I'm making mine just a little bit more messy, and I'm using a nice loose hair tie to tie off the top. I'm also going to pull out the front just a little bit to give it more of like a teased look, because I definitely didn't do that, definitely too lazy for that. So yeah, just pull out some pieces and it looks like you did. Next, for hairstyle number 3, I reparted my hair down the middle, and I'm going to take a wide tooth comb and just grab about a 2-inch section from the front of my hair. I'm going to clip this back so it doesn't get in my way when I start to braid. And I'm going to Dutch braid this section. I'm not braiding this either the whole way down, just about 2/3 of the way, like usual. You could always try using different colored rubber bands too if you wanted to, and that might give this look like a whole different feel. I'm taking these 2 front braids and crisscrossing them, and then basically just getting them into a good position where I want to put them on my head. You could always use bobby pins to keep those 2 braids in place if you wanted to, but I kind of like mine a little bit loose and more sloppy, so I'm just not going to use any bobby pins, and I'm going to grab the rest of my hair with the braids, and I'm going to start to pull it back into like a ponytail, or like a low ponytail type shape, and then I'm going to put this in a really loose bun. After I get that bun in, you know, like whatever it turns out like is usually what I stick with. Sometimes I'll redo it however many times, but whatever, this is what I stuck with today, and then I just pull some pieces out. Hairstyle number 4, I'm starting off with my Paul Mitchell Cream Gel, which is one of my favorite products like ever right now. It's so nice and doesn't make it too hard or sticky or anything. And what I'm using it for is basically just combing back all of my baby hairs. And that's what I usually use it for, like super often, and it always works. So if you're looking for a good product to maybe hold some like small wispy hairs back, get this stuff. I'm pushing my hair just back into a low ponytail, or not necessarily a low ponytail, but in the middle and back of my head. And then I just pull out my sideburn pieces to really give the whole look kind of like a more cute and comfortable look. Then I'm going back in with just a little bit more of that cream gel just to make sure that my hairs stay down, which you can kind of see that they didn't even really stay down in this until I get my brush out. So I take my bristle brush and really work that cream gel through my hair, and this really gets my hair to look nice and sleek. And yeah, it really usually stays all day, especially if I give it like an overall spray with some hairspray afterwards. Then I just tie this little ponytail off with a ponytail holder. I'm going to start to separate my hair into 3 main sections because this is going to be one big jumbo braid. Then we're going to start to Dutch braid. Like I said in the beginning of this video, it makes it look so much more full and looks more like it's inside out. I'm continuing to braid this the whole way down, and then I'm just going to start to pull pieces out to make it look much larger. Like I said earlier, I'm just taking some of my Paul Mitchell hairspray and hairspraying those baby hairs down to really make sure that this hairstyle lasts me all day. This is one of my favorite hairstyles to do, like, ever. I always do this. Probably this is my most often worn hairstyle, and I think it looks 10 times cuter if you decide to pair it with a hat. But of course you could wear it either way, but I thought I would try on a hat anyway so you guys could see what it looked like with one. And I seriously think it's the cutest thing ever. You can always wear whatever hat you want in whatever color, and you still got a little something fancy going on. For this next hairstyle, I already started to pull up my hair into a high ponytail. And this is another one when you can either have this as messy as you want or as tight as you want. And I kind of went for like a tighter look for this one. I'm tying it off with a ponytail, and then I'm going to part it into 3 different sections so that I can start to braid it. I decided to do an overhand braid for this style, which is kind of like a French braid. I know you kind of can't see me doing the whole thing, but I made sure that you can kind of see whenever I do the bottom of it, so you get the idea. And same as before, as I usually do, I start to pull it out to make it look more full and thicker. And because my hair is so thin and this is the only thing I have going on, you can completely feel free to add extensions in or an extension pony, and it would obviously make it look even thicker. And then to complete it, I'm just going to tie it off with a thinner ponytail. You could always do like a super sparkly ponytail to kind of make this more like wearable out or fancy or whatever, but I just decided to use plain black. On to the next hairstyle. I'm taking the top half portion of my hair, and I'm just gonna start to put it on top of my head, and I'm gonna tie that off into a ponytail. I'm doing mine pretty loose, but it's totally up to you how tight you want to do this, of course, as usual. But I'm going to start to really loosely braid this, either Dutch or French, it doesn't really matter. Of course, I start to pull out the pieces to make this look super big and super wide, because eventually I'm going to pull this around in the shape of a bun, and that's going to be my whole bun, so I want it to look like I have a lot of hair up there. Like I said, I'm just twisting this braid to hopefully fit it around into the shape of a bun that I would like. Sometimes it takes me a few tries to really get this to look how I want it to. Thankfully, I got it right on the first try for this video. For the final look in this video, I am going to start with my hair down again, and it doesn't really matter if you have it parted or not, because as you can see, I'm taking a wide tooth comb, and I'm going to start to part it even farther over on that side. And I'm going to try to create this centerpiece to be as even as possible, and do the same line on the other side, so I have a nice middle section. And I'm going to pull whatever I left down and just into a ponytail temporarily so that it's out of my way. With what I have in my middle section, I'm going to start really thin up front and work my way to the back, doing a Dutch braid. Sometimes I'll take this braid and braid it the whole way down the back of my head, which also looks really good. You could also do this French, however you decide. And this time I decided to just use a clip to hold the braid back, which kind of gave this look a whole different feel, and I've never even tried that before. So just know you can always switch that out for a rubber band, whatever you decide.